We was not supposed to be public. She did that. Remy did that. You know, and I don't even like saying her name because it's more of a thing of like, I ain't got no smoke with you. You know what I'm saying? Unless you won't smoke with me. But I don't got no smoke with you. But she the one who put out text messages and put my number out on her page that got 10 million followers. She did that. Putting everybody in our business, letting them know that me and Pap was together. We were a private relationship since around like August, around that time. And I didn't want to be public with another relationship until I knew it was marriage and it was kids.
Yeah.
And that's being honest. So once all that came out, he was like, well, good.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Fame Spill. Today's story is already spiraling into chaos. Papoose and Remy Ma have flipped the narrative on Claressa Shields, and nothing is playing out the way she may have expected. Fans are shocked, reactions are flooding in from all sides, and the situation is heating up by the minute. Let's get straight into it. After making a bold and vocal entrance, Claressa has now gone noticeably quiet, and people are definitely catching on to the change. It feels like she came in with strong energy, but didn't quite land the impact she intended, especially after being checked by both Remy and Papoose over the course of the week. Social media hasn't eased up either. On top of that, all eyes are locked on that track from Remy Ma. And to be fair, the timing caught a lot of people off guard. This didn't feel like a quick, attention-grabbing diss.
Nobody should have had any ill will towards me because I ain't do nothing to nobody. Nobody in the whole situation should have any ill will towards me. Nobody.
It came off as intentional, precise, and carefully thought out. People picked up on that right away. Instead of seeming like a random shot, it felt more like a response that had been waiting to happen. Remy has reportedly kept things calm and collected for a long time, choosing to handle matters with restraint. But now it appears she hit a point where she felt it was necessary to speak up and set the record straight. That points to the situation building behind the scenes for quite some time, with everything now unfolding all at once. A lot of people are saying the reactions happening now were bound to happen based on everything that has unfolded. As the situation continues in real time, many are questioning Claressa's choice to step into an issue involving a married couple. That alone quickly raised eyebrows, especially with talks spreading about a married man being in another woman's messages. People didn't miss that detail. Given how everything played out, many believe it was just a matter of time before things came full circle. Actions come with consequences, and right now everything seems to be surfacing together. The truth usually comes out eventually. That's why many feel this wasn't just a random diss track. It felt necessary. Remy Ma isn't only an artist. She also has a reputation, a business, and a public image to uphold. After months of continued tension and messy exchanges, it looks like she finally hit her breaking point and chose to speak on everything openly.
I can type in any word from one of her songs, and her entire rap will come up. The entire verse will come up. I never asked for a penny. I never asked for credit. She was my wife. I didn't want anything from her. I just wanted to see her win.
Meanwhile, online users are labeling the whole situation as messy on all sides. With multiple situations overlapping and drama unfolding in different directions, it has felt like a full-blown spectacle. On top of that, a bigger claim is now circulating. Some people believe there may have been an attempt to build a negative narrative around Remy, not something random, but possibly deliberate, based on earlier statements. Remy had already dropped hints about this situation from the beginning, suggesting there were efforts behind the scenes to shape public perception and push certain rumors. That may be why she responded the way she did. It's also being said that Remy didn't immediately engage in public drama. Reports indicate she first attempted to deal with things privately and even warned those involved to stop before it escalated further. But when that didn't work and the situation kept intensifying, she eventually chose to speak out publicly, feeling like she had no other option left. Now Papoose is also facing a lot of scrutiny. people are beginning to question the image he has built over the years. Calm, respectful, and very controlled. While that's how he's always appeared in public, some are now wondering if that image truly matches what was going on behind the scenes. It also connects back to the Black love narrative. He and Remy were often seen as a picture-perfect couple that many people admired. But according to Remy, while that image was being highlighted, there were private issues taking place, including claims involving other women during a period when she was incarcerated and still providing financial support. She claimed she was managing responsibilities and keeping things steady, only to return to a situation that didn't reflect the public image being presented. That gap between perception and reality has triggered a lot of discussion. It becomes even more layered when considering Papoose's public stance of steering clear of negativity and avoiding drama. At the same time, Claressa Shields was making bold statements and keeping the situation active. That contrast has led people to question the timeline more closely, especially around who said what and at what point things escalated. So where was all that energy actually coming from? And more importantly, who might have been influencing things behind the scenes? That's where the situation starts to intensify. A growing number of people are now speculating that Papoose may have been aware of everything all along. The claim being discussed is that he allegedly shared information with Claressa Shields, fully aware of how outspoken she is and expecting her to take it public. That way, while she was the one speaking out openly, he could remain in the background, appearing calm and detached. But now, people are questioning whether he may have been involved in setting the situation in motion from the beginning. That idea has raised eyebrows, because it suggests someone could maintain a clean public image while the fallout unfolds through another person. More voices are now suggesting that this didn't come across as accidental. It felt deliberate. And as mentioned earlier, many believe Claressa is now dealing with the fallout of everything that was publicly said and done. At the same time, Papoose is also being drawn further into the discussion. What some are calling an alleged attempt to tarnish Remy Ma's reputation is now being described by others as something that backfired completely. Instead of damaging her, the situation appears to have shifted in the opposite direction. Claressa's image, in the eyes of many, has taken a hit while Remy continues moving forward with little disruption. Even Papoose's past claims about contributing to major successes are now being re-examined. One particular line from the track stood out to listeners, essentially challenging the idea of always claiming credit for helping others while not showing personal growth or elevation. That resonated with many and shifted the focus toward questions of credibility. Now the conversation has moved into a different direction. If those contributions were real, where is the current evidence? People are pointing out that referencing past achievements doesn't always reflect present-day success. Some are comparing it to repeatedly leaning on old accomplishments while everything else has already progressed. This is where skepticism starts to deepen. There's been a lot of talk, but people are now asking for receipts. For instance, when Papoose brought up a $1.5 million deal from years ago, many acknowledged it may have been significant at the time, but the focus has shifted to what that represents today. That's the main question now. What does the present day impact look like? If major contributions are being claimed, audiences are expecting proof that aligns with those statements. There's also discussion around more recent projects connected to well-known names, with some questioning why they didn't perform at the expected level. In contrast, Remy Ma releases a track that quickly gains momentum, climbing charts and drawing strong attention. That difference hasn't gone unnoticed, and it's added another layer to the ongoing conversation. A lot of people are now suggesting that past achievements are being brought up repeatedly to preserve a certain public image. That image traces back to when their relationship was being portrayed as strong and ideal. Many also point out that Remy played a major role in reinforcing and maintaining that perception, standing by him and helping shape how things appeared publicly. But now the situation looks different. Remy appears to be moving with a more business-focused mindset, centered on opportunities, deals, and protecting her brand. Because of that shift, many believe she felt it was necessary to finally speak out openly. She may have once been protecting her husband. People feel that dynamic has now changed, and with it, her approach as well. What stands out to many people now is that the same level of support doesn't appear to be reflected back toward her. Instead, there are claims being discussed about behind-the-scenes influence, with suggestions that others were encouraged to speak publicly while certain individuals stayed quiet themselves. In the end, a lot of viewers feel that whatever strategy may have been in play didn't land as intended. It ended up backfiring. The narrative has shifted, and now it seems like everyone involved is facing the fallout from how things unfolded. People online are noticing a major shift in tone. For months, Claressa was loud and present, dropping hints, commenting often, and staying deeply involved in the situation. It never felt random. Instead, many say it seemed calculated, almost like she was shaping perception step by step. But after Remy dropped her track, everything changed. Suddenly, total silence. No replies, no subtle posts, nothing. That quiet has only made things louder. Listeners say Remy came in sharp, confident, and unfiltered, not holding back at all. One line about being watched and copied sparked huge debate, with fans convinced she was calling out imitation and behind-the-scenes observation. Looking at it all, many believe Remy understands the patterns around Papoose deeply, making her response feel strategic, personal, and intentionally pointed very clear. Things then took an even more awkward turn online. A gym clip of Claressa started circulating, showing her training as usual, but viewers quickly zoomed in on moments where she appeared to be throwing punches in the air before starting her routine. Social media ran with it, turning it into another layer of comparison and interpretation about her energy and the bigger situation. Then the mention of 50 Cent only made things more confusing, adding another layer to an already messy situation. Just when everything felt like it had reached its peak, Remy dropped her track, which many see as a sharp, direct response, instantly shifting the narrative and quieting a lot of the noise. At this point, many view her as focused on growth, business, and leveling up, with this move coming across as calculated rather than random. If you've got thoughts, share them in the comments. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share so the conversation keeps going.